my husband is out here burning wood. I actually scooped up a bucket of wood ash and we're going to be fertilizing my garden bed with it. Wood ash is high in potassium and calcium. It has phosphate, iron, manganese, boron, copper, zinc. So it's a real good fertilizer for our gardens. The high calcium can help blossom end rot with tomatoes. The like carrots, the root crops really like the potassium and calcium. And it's the circle of life, guys, because we've got our trees over there. See all the wood under there. So we've got the trees coming out of the earth and, decomposing. So we're taking the natural trees, they're not treated with anything at all, and using fire to decomposite it and use it back in our flower beds, or vegetable beds, sorry, to where our vegetables can use the minerals, the vitamins from the trees, and then we get them in our body. So it's the circle of life. I think it's really neat. My garden actually, for the size, does really well. My family was so impressed the first year I started using wood ash. They were like, I can't believe, you've got so much out of your garden. And I said, it's the wood ash. Now, I've got my garden all tilled up, and now I'm going to amend my soil here. I have my bucket of wood ash. I've got some diatomaceous earth, which is decomposed rock. I have some Epsom salt and my organic chicken manure. Started out with red clay here, and I've probably been gardening here for about 6 years. And initially, I think just from this rack here, the arch there, to back here where this sunflower is in here, was my original garden bed. And I added to the front, and then we recently added to the back. And you can really tell, now this has got landscape cloth down and hay, so I've not even had to mess with that. I'm going to dig up these plants and plant something else there. But, so this being the newest soil, I mean, you can kind of tell it's still got a little red look to it, but it's coming along. So I've got a mask on because working with the wood ash, the wind could be blowing, hitting the ground, the dust from it can come up, and you don't really want to inhale wood ash, right? Or any of your other fertilizers. So I'm going to wear a mask. So all I'm going to do, guys, let's see if I can. Got a wood, get me a scoopful here. And just lightly sprinkle it over your garden. Just kind of. There we go. Got another scoopful. Just sprinkling it around. So here we go. I've just sprinkled it all around my garden, and even actually I sprinkled it on my herbs that I've got sprouting up. So I've sprinkled it all over. That's exactly what I'm going to do with the Epsom salt. Throw a couple handfuls out, sprinkle it all over it. And I'm going to wait to do the chicken manure until I actually plant my vegetables. I'm not going to just throw it everywhere. I'm going to use it more specifically when I dig the holes for the plants. Got a handful, just sprinkling it. Sprinkle it around everywhere. Grab another handful here. Sprinkle it around everywhere. Not a lot, you know. Just enough. This, I guess I'll kind of, when I go to plant, because like I said, I'm not going to pull all this up, because then I'm going to have to just put it all back down. So I'm going to pull these out and plant just directly in the hole. And then that's where I'll plant maybe a little bit of wood ash with it, some Epsom salt, and some chicken manure with that. Is how I'll do that section. Epsom salt's got magnesium. It helps repel insects too. See, look, watch. The ants are scrambling. They're scrambling. I'm going to do the same thing with the diatomaceous earth. Some studies suggest it can help your fertilizer absorb. Mostly, though, I think it's used for insects, which I've not noticed a lot of insects out here, so that's good. I did see some ants in the back there. Got a rake, and we're just gonna mix it all in here. And then, see, I'm gonna water it. Let it all get soaked down in there. Samson, get back.